Forget the fact.
Know what turn the weather might take. Whether you're planning for a drive through one of our central New York winter storms, doing your best to beat this summer heat, or simply getting ahead for the weekend, Eyewitness Weather and the CNY homepage app have the tools and the talent you need to stay informed. Eyewitness Weather, local weather that matters. Now, your Eyewitness Weather forecast.
And good Tuesday evening, everybody. I'm meteorologist Jordan Reed, tracking some blustery, cool, and damp days ahead of us. That'll be followed, however, by a brighter weekend that'll still be a little bit on the cooler side. Let's take a live look right now at downtown Utica, where we're just about 3 minutes away from sunset, unfortunately. Although it does look very pretty out there with some clouds moving in. Temperature at the present time, 56 degrees, winds out of the east-southeast, out ahead of the cold front at 5 miles an hour, and it feels very comfortable with dew points in the upper 40s to around 50. Area-wide, we've got temperatures into the mid-50s, maybe the upper 50s down toward the south, Norwich and Oneonta, both at 59 at the present time. And it's dry out there for many of us, at least for the moment, but that'll change as we head through the overnight hours. These numbers up 4, 5, 6, 7, even more than that degrees than we were this time yesterday, and that's after we started our Monday into the 60s, then dropped significantly throughout the day thanks to the last cold front that moved through. So we do have some spotty light rain out there right now. You might find some mist or drizzle. Other than that, a lot of clouds. And I expect more clouds and more spotty shower chances to build in as we head through this evening. That's thanks to this cold front off toward the west, an area of low pressure riding up into the northern portion of Michigan, up into southern Canada. And that'll swing the cold front through with it and drop the temperatures for our Wednesday and through the rest of the week, and also bring up those rain chances as well. So there's those spotty shower chances at midnight. The wind's still out of the south at that point. Actually, I think through most of the day tomorrow before the front actually moves through and the low passes us, the winds will be out of the south. However, we will see more clouds and more showers tomorrow, so temperatures not as warm as today when we got up into the 60s, a little bit above average for this time of year. Tomorrow will be below average with more clouds working in late in the day and winds out of the west and southwest as opposed to the south and southeast like they have been through most of the day today. So even if we don't see the showers, we'll see a lot of clouds. That'll actually keep temperatures a little bit warmer during the overnight hours, but a little bit cooler as we head through our Wednesday. You'll see what I mean here with temperatures during the overnight hours making their way down into the 40s, a little bit warmer than it has been recently. And then tomorrow we'll make our way only into the lower, if not the middle 50s out there. But the good news is that the weekend looks dry, and with today being National Apple Day, I figured it would be a good time to whip out the apple forecast. And we'll start off with some showers on Friday, 51. We hang on to that 51 for both Saturday and Sunday, but we will see decreasing amounts of clouds and increasing amounts of sunshine as we go throughout the weekend, just not the warmer temperatures, I should say. Unfortunately, our next warmest day doesn't look to be until next Tuesday with mostly sunny skies. Temperatures that day between 55 and 60. Through most of the week, they'll be between 50 and 55, with showers tomorrow through Friday. And then we'll be dealing with a lot of clouds on Saturday, and then dry and also a little bit warmer Sunday and into the start of the following week. Thomas, back to you.
Thank you, Jordan. When we come...
Brought to you by Nye Automotive Group. Come see why it's gotta be Nye. Now, your Eyewitness Weather forecast.
And time right now is approaching 10:18 on your Tuesday evening. I'm meteorologist Jordan Reed, tracking the return of some blustery, cooler, and damp conditions as we go through the mid and later part of our work week before we start to see some bright conditions return over the weekend. Just not the warmer weather, though. Let's take a live look right now at downtown Utica, where we're not seeing any rain at the present time, but we are seeing a lot of clouds. Temperature right now, 51 degrees, a slight easterly breeze at 3 miles an hour, and that dew point is at 40, so that means temperatures will continue to drop as we head through the overnight hours. Temperatures across the area right now largely into the 50s, but there are a couple of spots down in the 40s, like Hamilton, Madison County at 46, Old Forge at 49. That's after we had high temperatures today. Up into the lower, if not the middle 60s, which is a little bit above average for this time of year. However, behind the passage of tonight's cold front and the area of low pressure will be on the opposite side of that during the day tomorrow. And for the majority of the 7-day forecast as well. Let's take a live look at the radar right now. Free and clear precipitation for most of our area, with the exception of southern portions of Montgomery County, as well as southeastern, extreme southeastern Otsego County, where you're still seeing some spotty showers. And some spotty showers still can't be ruled out even as we head through the overnight hours. The culprit for that is this cold front off toward the west over the Lake Erie region of Pennsylvania, and then this area of low pressure attached toward it as well up into the northern portion of Michigan and southern Canada. This is the cold front that moved through yesterday, and that was responsible for all the rain and the clouds that we had then. But overnight tonight, we'll still see those spotty showers, especially from the Mohawk Valley down toward the east. We'll start our Wednesday with spotty showers, a lot of clouds, temperatures in the 40s, only making our way, however, up into the 50s. And unlike the last couple of days where we've had winds out of the south and southeast, tomorrow the winds will come out of the west and southwest, which is a cooler wind direction, and we'll start to see some more spotty showers Wednesday night into the first part of Thursday morning before we get a brief break. What we won't get a break from, though, now, at least much, is the clouds. We'll see a lot of them during the overnight hours. There will be a brief decrease in those during the wee hours of tomorrow morning, but we'll see more clouds for the later part of tomorrow morning into the afternoon as well. At least most of the time is dry, with temperatures, again, making their way down into the 40s during the overnight hours and only making their way up into the 50s, which is a little bit below average for this time of year. This weekend, it looks below average as well, but at least most of it looks dry after we get through those showers by the time we head toward Friday, which is good news if you're heading toward the apple picking or picking out your pumpkin this weekend. And as far as the start of next week is concerned, it looks like we'll see a lot of sunshine and temperatures finally beginning to warm back up once again. In the meantime, Thomas, I'll send it back to you.
Thank you, Jordan. Sectional playoffs get under.
Now, your eyewitness weather forecast.
And approaching 11:12 on your Tuesday evening, I'm meteorologist Jordan Reed, tracking some blustery, cooler, and damp days for the middle and latter half of the work week. Let's take a live look right now at downtown Utica, where it is currently 48 degrees with a calm wind, a lot of clouds out there right now, and it's 43 for that dew point. So that means temperatures will continue to drop during the overnight hours. I think we'll end up around 44 degrees for the overnight low. Temperatures, a mix of 40s and 50s out there right now. And as far as comparison to where we were this time last night, a little bit cooler up toward the northwest, largely down toward the south and east, a little bit warmer than it was this time last night. And the reason for that is because of the clouds down toward the south and east, or at least more of them than you have up toward the northwest. Even a couple of areas of mist, drizzle, some showers out there right now, but that's the exception and not the rule down toward the south and east. Back toward the west, though, we do have more rain building in, and that's because the cold front is back toward the west, associated with this area of low pressure. And once that swings through, we'll see blustery, cooler, as well as some damp conditions for not only tomorrow, but also Thursday and Friday to close out the work week as well. So during the overnight hours, we'll have mostly cloudy skies. That's what will keep the temperatures warmer during the overnight hours. And there could also be some spotty areas of mist and drizzle, some showers for your Wednesday morning commute. Same thing tomorrow afternoon, especially the further north that you head. Could even be a few lake effect rain showers thanks to the westerly wind coming in off of Lake Ontario. Although I do expect more of those to be to the north and west of our viewing area. A few could sneak their way down toward the south and east. And same thing as we head through Wednesday evening. A lot of clouds and maybe a few spotty showers, and temperatures only in the 40s to around 50 during the morning and into the afternoon as well. So we'll see a brief decrease in clouds during the overnight hours into the wee hours of tomorrow morning, but we'll see more clouds as we head through the late morning into the afternoon, as well as those spotty shower chances. Temperatures during the overnight hours making their way down into the lower and middle 40s. And at best tomorrow making their way up into the mid-50s, which is a stark contrast to the way it was today when we were up into the mid-60s for highs. And that's a couple of degrees above average for this time of year. It will be several degrees below average for not only Wednesday and Thursday, but Friday into the weekend as well. 51 all 3 days, but if you're going apple picking, definitely avoid it on Friday with those showers. It gets better for Saturday and Sunday, which is good news for your weekend forecast. Same thing if you're going to the pumpkin patch, picking out your pumpkin for Halloween, which, believe it or not, is just a little more than a week away. But until we get there, we'll be dealing with largely below average temperatures, as well as those blustery, cool, damp conditions Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then some brightening weather as we head through the weekend. And for the first half of next week, with temperatures warming their way from the mid-50s on Monday into the upper 50s by Tuesday. Thomas, back to you.
Thank you, Jordan. When we come back,